Hello everyone, this is Uncle Jay. Welcome to today's video. Today we're going to talk about a very interesting Chinese festival called Duan Festival or Dragon Boat Festival that's taking place in China right now. And Duan Festival in this year is on June the 25th. Normally people follow lunar calendar, which is on May the 5th in lunar calendar, and this festival is related with a very famous Chinese politician and poet whose name is Qu Yuan. Today Uncle Jay would like to share two stories with you. The first one is the most popular one, and the second one is not that popular but equally interesting, and Uncle Jay thinks you deserve to know this, so please don't blink. Story number one. The story happens in the Warring State era, 战国 in Chinese. In that time, there were 7 countries fighting with each other. They are Qi, Chu, Yan, Han, Zhao, Wei, Qin. 7 of them. Obviously, the country of Qin was much stronger than the other countries, and the emperor of Qin was also more ambitious. His dream was to unify China and invade others. And if you know Chinese history, you would know that Qin finally unified China, and they built the Great Wall, the terracotta, all this stuff. Yes, that's the country of Qin we're talking about today. And the main figure of today's festival, Qu Yuan, was a government official in Qin's neighbor country, the country of Chu. Qu Yuan was smart, and he knew the country of Qin's ambition. So he warned his emperor many times that the only way for the country of Chu to survive was to ally with other countries and fight with Qin together. But obviously the emperor in the country of Chu didn't like Qu Yuan, didn't like his opinion, and Qu Yuan couldn't stop warning his emperor. And finally the emperor got mad at him and put him into exile. While Qu Yuan was in exile, he heard the news that his neighbor country's general took his country's capital. His grief was so intense that he jumped into a river and killed himself. And the river he jumped in is called Mi Luo Jiang in Chinese, Mi Luo River. And the local people loved Qu Yuan so much, and they admire his patriotism, so they created a rice dumpling which name is zòng, to attract fish and prevent fish from eating Qu Yuan's body. And the way to create this zòng is to make some sticky rice and use some bamboo leaves to wrap it up and use a string to bind it up and throw the zòng into the river. So every year people would come out and drive many boats onto Mi Luo River and throw many zongs into the river. It was a splendid scene. If you look at that scene from really far away, it's like many people are racing boats. So that's why people later created this Dragon Boat Festival to race boats to commemorate Qu Yuan. This is story 1, but obviously this version has a lot of questionable points. For example, if people want to protect Qu Yuan, protect him from being eaten by fish after he jumped into the river, why didn't people just directly throw the rice ball into the river? Why do they use bamboo leaves to wrap up the rice ball and use strings to bind it up? Fish didn't know how to unwrap dumplings. Maybe the fish would be frustrated and eat Qu Yuan directly. So obviously this version has a lot of questionable points. That's why Uncle Jay would like to share the second version of this story I have heard. If you know the story of Qu Yuan, he's not only a politician, he was also a poet. He wrote many poems, and his poems include 2 types. Type 1 was more political. Whenever he was mad at his boss, his emperor, that his emperor never listened to his opinion, didn't adopt his opinion, Qu Yuan would like to complain. So he complained into poems. The second type of his poem is more romantic. He wrote many romantic poems to express his loving feeling of a woman. And who is this woman? One of the emperor's concubines. Think about it. If you are the emperor of country of Chu, if you are Qu Yuan's boss, what would you think? Someone's writing poems to challenge your authority, to complain to you every day and write loving letters to your wife. What would you do? If I'm the emperor, I would be mad at him too. That's why Right after the Emperor Chu put Qu Yuan into exile, he sent a team of assassins and told them to kill Qu Yuan in secret. And Qu Yuan was very smart. He noticed this, so he jumped into the boat onto this mill or river and trying to run away. And remember that these assassins were very professional. They caught up with him really fast, and they put a huge bag onto Qu Yuan and used a string to bind him up and push him into the river. Even though the assassins were trying to kill Qu Yuan in secret, but still someone saw this. They saw this, but they didn't dare to say this because they knew it was the emperor's order. They loved Qu Yuan so much that they wanted to tell other stories, but they didn't dare to. So finally they figured out an idea that they wanted to use a symbolic way to tell people Qu Yuan's death. So that's why they created zòng, this rice dumpling, to simulate, to mimic how Qu Yuan was killed. So they used the rice ball to stand for Qu Yuan's body, and then used the bamboo leaves to wrap up the rice ball to stand for how the assassins put a bag onto Qu Yuan and then use a string to bind him up and throw him into the river. They do the same thing to the rice ball, the rice dumpling. Throw the rice dumpling into the river. They also figured out an idea to raise dragon boats to mimic, to simulate how the assassins were trying to catch up with Qu Yuan. People were very smart. I love both of these stories because they can help us understand the Chinese culture and the stories behind these festivals, why we want to celebrate it. And especially now, it's an official festival. Kids don't have to go to school. They can have fun and race dragon boats. I hope you can enjoy this festival as well. If you have time, please go back to the store and grab some zòng and enjoy this festival with Uncle Jay together. I hope you like this video. If you have any question, please don't hesitate to leave a comment under this video. If you like this video, please don't forget to give us a thumb up and share with your friends. Please don't forget to subscribe to this channel and turn on the little bell so that you'll be notified for our future videos. Uncle Jay will create many interesting videos talking about Chinese culture. Stay tuned. Bye bye.